everybody, it's Cassandra Hurley here, psychic medium and worldwide celebrity life coach. So today I am here with C-Tez, and total fucking disclaimer, I've had like 3 shots of tequila, a blunt, and my fucking Newport, so this is going to be extremely fucking it's probably whatever.
I told you to sip slow before we got started.
Yeah, but I definitely didn't. I fucked up and I was supposed to smoke first, then drink, but then I drunk and then I got high. But it's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Yeah. So I haven't been on here in a fucking while. Thank you to everybody who's been watching, tuning in, asking questions, showing support. It means the whole fucking world. I literally drove like 5 hours out in this bitch and I'm blind as fuck. That tunnel, New York, how the fuck do you drive in New York traffic, please, without catching a case?
Look. You told us earlier you came here. You drove all the way from Maryland. You hit up Angela. You was like, how do we do it? Short answer, we don't. We don't do that. That's not something. I'm happy you made it, though. Thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate it. This is supposed to be kind of a part 2 of sorts from when you were on Real and Uncomfortable. But now we're going to kind of break it up. For the people right there, thank you guys for tuning in. And yeah, welcome to the Talk to Me podcast.
Thank you so much. And I will say...
Wait. Sorry to cut you off. My bad. As you can see, because my editor, he's my producer, he's kind of glaring at me right now if I don't mention it. As you can see, we are firmly seated at Polymaf Studios.
Beautiful. And yo, he let me smoke my fucking Newports. Do you guys understand, for all you smokers out there, how like you need that? This man, oh my God, I just want to give him thanks and credits again, because taking a chance on my crazy ass through it all, when I started with music into the psychic medium shit, the life coach, every fucking thing, he got me on stage. He made the impossible. He made everything fucking possible. And honestly, I just want everybody to know who's fucking watching this. Literally, no matter what you go through, please keep being fucking delusional. It's only delusion to the people who don't fucking understand the vision for themselves. No matter what you go through, please understand that you guys have so much fucking purpose. Just keep fucking going no matter what. No matter how many no's you get, how much shit people talk about you, fucking do it. You are living this life for you and only you. Fuck everybody else. And I had a personal conversation with C-Tez over here about how I was dealing with a lot of hate and judgment in certain things and trying to prove myself and speaking my part. But he made a very good point about how, at the end of the day, a lot of us are trying to be seen, but we don't know what really that comes with. Being more in the public eye and speaking your truth. Not everybody is going to love you. But at the end of the day, people, please spread kindness, because everybody is going through something behind closed doors. We're all human beings living a human experience at the end of the day. So be kind, because it does really affect people. But like yourself, you're a rapper, you're a singer, you're an artist, you do so many fucking things.
Wear a lot of hats.
Huh?
Said I wear a lot of hats, yeah.
Well, tell the people everything that you fucking do, because you're so much more than what I originally thought, to be honest with you.
No, I mean, so, of course, as you guys, most of you guys know me at the Polymaf Network is, C-Tez, 1/3 of the hosts of Real and Uncomfortable. Thank you guys for tuning in when y'all do. Shout out to Ray. Shout out to E-Man. Also an artist. Hopefully y'all check me out on Spotify and all of the other things.
His new song is fucking fire. Just want to put that out there.
Don't worry. By the time this comes out, it might be already out and y'all could tap into that. So I hope you do. I hope it's in your playlist. And if it's not, go put it on your playlist. What are you doing? Why haven't it?
Well, what's the name of the song and everything? Hello?
Dip. You'll find it.
I low-key want you to play it, but if you want to keep it a surprise, we gotta.
Don't worry. When we do this in post, we'll chef up and I'll have G-Lo put it in right
now.
Right.
Please, yes.
So, also, I am the VP of Marketing at Q Vision. That is a multimedia marketing and streaming company. We have an app. You can find all of your Polymaf podcasts on that app. We're on Amazon Fire TV and Roku. We help work with proprietary brands, building, marketing, finding their niche audience, establishing marketing plans, and extending their reach so that they can find a success and find the audience for their perfect product. What else I do?
You do a lot. How about your sauce?
Oh, shit. One of the
keep it saucy, keep it spicy.
Try Mamba hot sauce today. This plug. Go drink Legally Highest. Plug.
Shout out to Legally Highest,
fuck it. this maybe a little preemptive, but go drink Dog Paddle whiskey. Plug.
Bam.
And yo, if you haven't done it already, because you've probably been at the last one, if this is probably coming out when I think it's gonna come out, make sure you tap into the next edition of Offkey But Lit with Sharina. We're gonna be turning up. We're gonna be singing your favorite songs. We're gonna be hearing some of your favorite local artists. We're gonna be having a great time. Offkey But Lit, turning the whole city on its head top. Enjoy that.
Oh, well, when is this? So I know to come
Well,
down.
I mean, the next one is gonna be August 15th. That's gonna be at the Wave Bar in Mount Vernon. Enjoy it. I know we probably had a couple of events at this point at Cantina and White Plains. We're gonna be basically doing a little tour, you know. So if you haven't come to us, we're probably coming to you. We probably in your backyard. We probably knocking on your door. Who's that creeping in your window? It's us. We here.
Period.
Yeah.
But what else do you do? Because there's more to the shit. The fuck? I don't know how he finds the time to do it all.
I drink tequila and give Angelo a hard time.
You know what? Honestly, I have some more left, so I'll drink to that.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You didn't tap the shit though.
Oh, did I? Oh, here we go. Boom.
You got to tap it.
There we
and
go.
hit it. It's
Oh,
like
there we go.
the
There we
fuck,
go. There we
right?
go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
Honestly, they should fucking sponsor us. That's dead ass. I've never had this one before.
now Terramana, that's a good one. That's the Rocks tequila. Yeah.
I love that.
That's really
shit.
good. That's a good one. But yeah, I know we've had the luxury of having a couple of conversations just about.
Really quick, the people who know me, they already fucking know when, especially a man, when they tell me something, I don't fucking listen to people. This man, I respect him so fucking highly. He's probably the only man that I don't argue back with when we have a debate. This is why I brought him on the show. Having one-on-one conversations. And like, I know I already asked, you're 33, right?
Yep.
I'm about to be 35. And people don't understand, once you hit the age of 30, your whole fucking mindset changes. And I was so used to a different type of male, I guess. He has emotional intelligence. I love that, and I respect you. Some of the things that we were talking about earlier, spit it all out so we can have a little healthy debate. And then this is the man's perspective and how I see things a little bit differently.
Well, look, I know one thing is for sure is that you want somebody who's a little bit more assertive, right? And you
Correct.
said that sometimes you end up finding yourself in cycles where you're dealing with people who may not always treat you the best, right?
Correct.
May not talk to you with the respect that you deserve.
Correct.
Maybe, you know, a little bit more aggressive than you
Correct.
would
And
want
I
them
can
to
be very
be.
aggressive right back, and then that
All
becomes
right,
a
now
nut.
you got a vicious cycle going on because honestly, I don't want my relationship to be like a screaming match. But I always say like
And
you-
bitches, if you're dealing with this, it's fucking exhausting. If it becomes a pattern, it is a problem, and that is a cycle. And some of that, though, is trauma bonding.
But problem is y'all find that cycle because y'all look at what's on the surface. And I tell you, whoever and however they approach you.
Wait, really quick. Angela, you did hit record, right?
Oh, that's
okay,
crazy.
I just wanted to make sure. No, because with my fucking look, I'm ADD as hell. I just wanted to make sure
Not
because
to
I'm
make
like,
sure.
damn. No.
Angela, okay, all right, good. Look, I'm saying that when it comes to
I
those
love you, though.
situations, people find
Say it
themselves.
back.
I love you too, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Well,
He's gonna drink to that. I'm too much for these guys. I'm not built for the fucking week. But maybe that's a problem. I like aggressive
so
men.
the thing is you want aggressive, but when they start being aggressive right off the bat, it only gets worse, right? You telling me, right? A guy comes up to you, they want you in their life,
Right.
and they start off with, yo, sit there. Yo, you gonna do this. Yo, I want you to do If they start with that, they don't even start with kindness. They
I
start.
mean, but sometimes they'll love bomb you in the beginning and they'll show you, and then it kind of comes left field. And then that's when the disrespect happens.
Okay, so what do you do when the disrespect happens?
I'm like, nigga, who the fuck you talking to?
So then you decide to buy into the disrespect. You're still engaging.
I mean, yeah, and that's why I can't be with people who fucking trigger me because
But you have been. And what I'm
because
saying.
PTSD, I'm fucking always fight or flight in survival mode when it comes to shit.
All I'm saying is, right, one of the first things that's a deal breaker to me, when I'm dealing with the lady and she talks to me disrespectfully, it's over. It has to be. Because what are my options? Either I sit there and I take it, or I dish it back at her. And if I'm dishing it back at her, this is my person.
Yeah.
So I'm buying into you being my person, but we gonna keep going back and forth. I gotta go outside. I gotta deal with the rest of the world. And then I'm gonna come back inside to argue with your ass.
I mean, but that's why people should like maybe have a little bit more self-discipline and walk the fuck away instead of the back and forth, because that shit is so fucking
Absolutely.
exhausting. And let me just tell you too, a lot of boys will gaslight you when you try to hold them to an accountability level. You feel me?
In terms of what?
Like, I had a nigga where I showed him a fucking screenshot to his face and he was still fucking lying out his ass. And then instead of taking accountability, and it's like, hey, let's have a sit-down conversation, like, what the fuck? But also, this is why, ladies, if you are in your mid-20s to 30s, date somebody within your age group. I don't give a fuck. Everybody talks about age is nothing but a number. But also, do you agree it's also experience?
So I'm torn on that, right? I don't think that sometimes experience is a bad thing, in the sense that if you have somebody, you said trauma, right?
Yeah.
Isn't trauma just a series of unfortunate experiences?
Trauma is pain. It's something that's inflicting
From-
and that you'll never forget.
From
and it
what?
hurts you.
From things that have happened to you.
Yeah, past traumas, and then somebody
Okay.
triggers that.
Okay.
And then like the mirroring thing type shit
I get
too.
you, but I'm saying when it comes to that type of situation, right? If I have a life that's always been like women doing me wrong, I'm going to enter my next situation with the mindset that this next woman is going to do me wrong. Even if she hasn't yet.
That's self-sabotage, and that's also a trauma response. Though.
Right. But so then that's what I'm saying. So having somebody who maybe not has a lack of experience, but somebody whose experiences are favorable.
What do you
because
mean?
They're not bitter. I'll say it straight up. A lot of people are bitter. A lot of people go into the dating world and they carry baggage from past relationships.
1000%,
And
especially women.
And they will make sure that the next person is paying the debt for whatever happened in the previous situation.
No, that's real. And a man, if they're going into a relationship with a woman who has been through trauma, that has to be the most patient fucking man. Because people don't understand with trauma in toxic relationships, abusive relationships and shit, which is more than not okay at all. That's not love. That's you're being with somebody who's fucking unhealed and has fucking issues. But like when you have that trauma, that next person has to know what they're getting into too. That transparency shit. Because a lot of people are not going to be able to have enough patience to have that understanding of why they're tripping.
So with that said, I think the worst part about it is when you do find that person who's willing to be patient with you, male or female, right? You have to understand that they're going out of the way to be there for you. They're going out of the way to deliver a level of care and kindness to you that you're probably not deserving of, because if your trauma is traumaing, like it probably is, you're making their life a lot more difficult than it has to be.
Listen, let
and
me
they're
tell
still
you-
deciding to be your person.
No, listen, let me tell you something. This is something that I recently fucking learned. A lot of us are thriving in chaos. What I mean by thriving in chaos is those constant cycles. It might be how you grew up and then you end up in a fucked up relationship, daddy issues, mommy issues, whatever. And we feel like that's our comfortable. And then as we age and grow up, become self-aware, whatever.
It's true.
It's like this
can
is
see
not
that.
normal. You get what I'm saying? But listen, a lot of people are literally thriving in chaos because it's comfortable. They're self-aware, but they don't want to put in the self-discipline part. And this is where I had a challenge. At a point, I had broken up with my very, very toxic ex. And then I was dating another guy, and it was like, okay, well, not dating. We were just talking or whatever. And he had his shit together. He owned places. He just had his entire shit together. And I was like, oh, this is too good to be true. This is too good to be true. To a point where I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't used to those calmer waters because I was used to thriving in chaos. And those calmer waters actually scared me. And then I realized I was a lot more fucking messed up than I initially thought that I was, because I was like, okay, this is not normal
I
for
gotta
me.
give you
I'm
props,
used to
though.
arguing. I'm used to whatever. But you can't give me props because I was self-aware, but I was tripping, and that's why I'm in therapy, trauma therapy, group therapy, whatever fucking therapy. I'm probably in it.
But you came to that conclusion.
Yeah.
And that's where I give you props, because there are plenty of women who have that same experience, walk away from the situation and still blame dude. And they'll be like, yo, nah, he didn't. They'll find something that he didn't do.
Trauma response.
When in reality, you just weren't prepared to accept him and all of the things he came with and live up to match that. And sometimes it's tough. Like I've been in situations where I I believe myself to be a pretty emotionally intelligent person. I think I'm a
Right.
decent communicator. I think I have most of my things together, but everybody has some things that they need to get through. And it's not until you're challenged that you see like yourself. You get that mirror that you mentioned. And I've had situations where a woman will tell me like some things and it has me shook because I'm like, oh, shit, wait, I didn't, you see that about me? And now I have to come to terms with the fact that maybe I do need to work on this issue and maybe I'm not as prepared for a full-blown relationship as I anticipated.
And I give you props for that because a lot of people, they are not self-aware. They think they are, I think, to an extent. And I always tell my clients self-awareness, self-discipline, and then you can sit there and say, yes, I love myself entirely. Because not only am I self-aware, but a lot of people are self-aware. They don't do shit about it.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, I have a client, you know, they're like 3 times older than me. And still at the end of the day, they cannot take that accountability.
Self-awareness is everything.
And now, guys, if you ever pay me to give you the truth, I'm going to give you the hard fucking truth. So just understand that. But regardless, it kept being a problem over and over and over again to a point where she was blaming the world and because she did have a fucked up whatever. A lot of people kind of justify their behavior because of what they're comfortable with and used to instead of checking themselves and being like how you said, okay, maybe I need to check myself. Because there's no fucking perfect person out here. I don't give a fuck how much you work. Healing is linear. You can always learn and grow. And constantly as you formulate into your own person or being at the end of the day, if we want to thrive to this level, you have to realize what it is and then you have to be the change. And if you don't change that, nothing is going to change in your life.
I'm sorry. I want to talk about something that everybody who's ever been in a relationship wants to talk about.
All right.
Cheating. So, when it comes to cheating,
I might need another shot for that one. All right, let's go.
look.
No, I'm being so fucking for real. Like,
Yeah, right. The most triggering word in all of relationships, cheating. I wanted to say that because I know that if you've been in a relationship, chances are you might have had some experience that made you feel like you were cheated on, or maybe you did the cheating. You know.
wait, I
no
need to ask
judgment.
you really quick
No judgment.
though.
No judgment.
Wait. What do you consider cheating? Because there's different people who say cheating is one
Well,
thing and
so
not the other.
okay,
Let's
so
talk about that first.
I will say this. While I do believe that cheating starts with anything that has a root to the physical transgression, like the kissing, the touching, the fucking, I'm also a believer that a lot of those offenses are redeemable. Texting somebody, spending time with somebody, the soft cheating, that's
levels to the shit.
I call
That's
it.
the
I,
first I've
I
heard
call
in my
it
whole
soft.
life.
I call it. If you guys haven't noticed, there's been this thing going around on the internet where some people were having a little bit of extramarital fun at a Coldplay concert.
Oh,
Right.
I was like, that bitch, that's what the fuck they get. Because honestly, if you're gonna go out on your wife who you fucking made a vow to, you're a piece of shit. What was his name? You're a piece of fucking shit. I hope your wife takes you for fucking everything, no dead ass. Because how fucking dare you commit to that fucking woman and it's not enough because you're so insecure. You must have a
All
very
right,
big ego.
so
Like,
then
go
when-
fuck your mother. I don't care if I
Wait,
get
so
canceled
this-
for this shit.
So this is
fuck
what I wait,
you.
hold on, because all of those strong emotions right there, right?
Yeah, because I've been there. Fuck you.
All right,
like,
yeah.
fuck
So you coming from a place of pain.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is though, cheating starts somewhere. And cheating doesn't always start where people think it does. Yes,
that's what you're saying, soft cheating.
Yes, because soft cheating is essentially looking for what's absent in your relationship. No matter where you are in your relationship, the only time somebody else can step into that motherfucker is if you've given them the opportunity to fill your absence. I'm not saying that the person who's cheating isn't wrong. They absolutely are. That is a wrong course of action. That's the wrong place to deal with and fix your relationship. However, we automatically assume that the person who is cheated on, they get a scot-free, clean and clear card that for some reason we assume they were perfect in the relationship. You just gave props to a wife you don't know.
I don't give a fuck.
I know you don't. because she got cheated on.
Yeah.
So if she made the nigga sleep on the couch, if she made the nigga if she forgot the nigga's anniversary, she forgot the nigga's birthday.
Oh well, get a fucking divorce.
So all of those things, right, become get a divorce. But if
y'all
he's
be
in
talking
a
about transparency all the fucking time. I'm sure that woman, the way that we are emotionally, we're gonna tell the nigga over and over and over again, da 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 da. Maybe she was evil, maybe she had fucking traumas, but the fact that nigga thought it was okay to take her to a public fucking place, now you're fucked.
That's a whole different story. Because
we gonna talk about that shit too.
Okay, side chick etiquette.
Side chick, I've had
side chick etiquette. You should never take your side chick out to a public arena that you know.
Retarded.
That was kind of crazy.
Well, I shouldn't say retarded, stupid, but you're a dumbass nigga.
My guy.
At least do it at your fucking house.
Bro.
Or I'm sure you own other houses. Do it over there. So I creep TLC. What the fuck?
Discretion is the better part of valor. So if you find yourself in a situation where you have a side chick, find some private locations. Maybe a movie theater.
Stop playing both bitches and putting them against each other and get your dick up, grow some balls, and pick and choose. Honest the fucking league. Because if you're playing both bitches and you have a side chick, how about you grow some fucking balls? Tell the other woman, hey, I'm not feeling this anymore. Transparency, right? So be real. Y'all niggas want to act like niggas, then do that with some grace, fucking loyalty, be transparent.
Okay, let's play this out.
Hold
on. Hey, babe. So, I was thinking about our marriage and everything. You know how it doesn't really seem like you're into this. I think that, basically you don't really make me feel the way I want to feel. Well, Tez, what the fuck are you talking about? Maybe you should stop giving. If you stop working so much, if you stop doing
maybe
this,
they should have went to couples counseling if they didn't know how to communicate properly.
I want to say this. We fill in the blanks when we don't know what's going on. And everybody feels very comfortable in doing that. We're assuming that they didn't go to counseling. We're assuming that he's never came up to her and told her that there was a problem.
I'm sure there was. I'm a fucking psychic. I'm not assuming shit.
Hold on. We're assuming that a Fortune 500 CEO didn't have the intelligence or wherewithal to communicate with the spouse, the person who he built a life with, and tell her, hey, Cynthia, I'm not happy here. Mm-hmm. And she was receptive of that and his 6 to 7 figure salary and was willing to walk away from it.
How about this? I'm a psychic medium and I can promise you, and I'd probably actually bet you 5 motherfucking racks. First of all, this bitch probably already cheated. He cheated before.
I don't know if I could take that bet. She is psychic. She is psychic. I don't want to do that bet. She is psychic.
Come on, everybody,
I don't want that bet. She knows some shit I don't know. That's crazy.
And that's what the fuck I'm telling you, because y'all niggas be thinking a lot of women have gut intuition. They already have it. Let's talk about me being a witch real quick while I'm on fucking tequila. But honestly, no, fuck y'all. I'm not going to explain myself to nobody. I'm not demonic. I work of God. I cuss a lot, but I'm very self-aware of who I am.
You gonna say don't explain it and you explain?
And the reason, I'm gonna explain it one good time right here, and I'm not gonna fucking explain it again. But at the end of the fucking day, I'm gonna speak my truth, and the whole reason I have Talk to Me, so we can have debates, get the perspective, and we all are speaking our fucking truth.
Absolutely.
So if you guys have a problem with that, then oh fucking well, don't watch me. If you want to watch me, hope you fucking learn something.
Hold on.
Live your truth.
Now, okay.
Speak your truth always, no matter what.
We were talking about cheating. Right?
Okay, so let's get back to cheating.
But outside of, okay, first off, when it comes to cheating, all I'm saying is cheating starts at home, right? So if we're looking at the different things that people expect in a relationship, you want emotional security, you want, maybe some support for your ego, for all of the things that you're working at. You want to know you have support, somebody behind you, pushing you, cheering you on. You want a cheerleader, right? You want somebody who's going to maybe carry the burdens of home while you're out working. You want somebody who's going to care for you physically, emotionally, mentally. You want those things. That's what we agree to, generally speaking, when it comes to marriage. Now, when somebody else is not doing those things, women have an easier time supplementing things that their men don't do. If your man's like, yo, you know what, Cassandra, I don't really like fucking with the book club that you like fucking with. You read some weird shit, or you or you watch TV and some shit that I'm not into. You can have a best friend who does that shit with you, right?
Right, my gay husband. Hi, Nicholas. I love you so much.
So yeah, shout out to Nicholas. So when it comes to that, right, you're good. You have the things that you want, and those things are important to you because attention is important for women. Validation is important to women.
Can I ask you really quick? Can you stick a pin in that?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like everybody's lying. Everybody wants fucking attention in some way, shape, or form.
We do.
Every single individual wants that validation and attention.
But we're scaling it because as a man, if Angelo is walking down the street, somebody sorry to drag you in this, brother. But you saw the post. He just posted the haircut. He over here light skin facing on the shit. What do you want from me? So you know
I'm gonna any girls who want a chance with Angelo, DM me right the fuck now. I'm gonna hook you up.
Not making a dating ad, not a singles ad for Angelo.
No, I mean I'm gonna read their energy and I'm gonna play fucking matchmaker.
Angelo, you're one of the most eligible bachelors of Westchester.
And I fuck with him, so you guys already know it. That says a hell of a fucking lot because I've been ignoring everybody. He does. I'm just saying. DM me. Cassandra's here.
All I'm saying is if Angelo or any other man gets a compliment, it's cool. We're good. That's the validation we need for the entire day. Let you post a selfie that does not get the reaction that you want and you're questioning your looks. The DMs, social media has filled in that for you.
Social media has fucked up.
Right.
Thinking everybody has options. Oh, let's go back to cheating. Social media has opened up such a window, and it's so easy for people to cheat.
All right,
and
but you say that, but that's a woman thing, though.
Listen. Men might see it as it's not fucking cheating, but if you are seeking outside of your relationship and you're messaging other bitches, when we talk to a nigga, it's because we're trying to emotionally attach ourselves.
Stop it.
No, that's all the way fucking correct, and I stand on that.
I say here we go, because this is the biggest conflict. I've even had this conversation with Raven plenty of times. Shout out, Raven. Hey, Raven, how you doing?
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah,
you guys stay tuned for that shit. I'm so excited to have another bitch, and she's so gorgeous, and I love her personality.
Look, me and Raven go back and forth all the time on how social media plays a role in what cheating is. Because ladies will always say men liking pictures, saving pictures, or DMing is cheating. However, women posting pictures that they know will get a response.
That's on y'all. We
no,
post
it's
it because
not.
we feel like we
Stop
look
it. That is.
good.
Oh my God. All right.
Are you for real? I will literally post a
okay.
bikini picture because I'm about to be 35, and I'm like, you know what? I look good. I'm manic today. Whatever.
So wait, hold on. So you understand that okay, men are visual creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My tits look
Hold
great.
on.
There you go.
I'm just saying.
That's crazy. Men are visual creatures. Men look to nudity and a lack of clothing, and it's appealing.
That's because y'all
Right?
are
Do
fiends.
you agree? Do you agree?
Yeah, because y'all are fiends.
Fiend or not, you understand the landscape. So if you understand the landscape,
But I'm not doing it for y'all.
no. But if you have a man,
then it can be disrespectful depending on what it like.
all right, that's what I wanted to hear. That's what I wanted to hear.
Can we do this outfit really quick because it's really cute?
Fit check.
I have a wedgie, but it's fine. So, anyways, like if I was with a man and a man said, "No, I don't want you wearing that," then I wouldn't.
Okay, well,
so a lot of single women will post certain fucking shit.
No, we're not talking about the singles. We're just talking about when it applies to cheating. If you're single, ladies,
cheating.
post the thirst traps. If you're single, ladies, post
Also,
them.
I'm bisexual,
But-
so hello, I need a baddie. I need a bad bitch.
Look, I'm just saying, if you're not
I want
single,
a girlfriend, so please.
if you're not single, and you,
Can we have the conversation of Polly after?
you want? Okay, we can do a poly conversation in a second.
Only poly I want to hear is poly, man.
Polymath.
No, it's fine. We
look.
can make this into like a 3 different series.
Shit, that's not the type of poly I was talking about. But all right.
No, I was talking about the other one too.
I was talking about Angelo.
Can we pour me another?
Look,
anyways, cheating in social media.
Cheating in social media. When ladies are in relationships and you decide that you want to post, you can tell me all you want till your face turns blue that you're posting it for yourself. But
Some
you're
of
not
us
because
are,
no,
though.
because okay, look, posting it for yourself in what context? Because when I say I wore this outfit for me, I wore this outfit for me because I know I look good in it, and people will tell me I look good in it. And they will treat me like
back to everybody wants attention, but at the same time, not everybody posts for that purpose.
No, it doesn't matter what you posted for. It matters what comes of it.
But that comes with other people's opinions.
And
I know I will personally. I'm about to
are
be
you
35,
okay?
and I think my body's
Wait.
saying,
You keep saying you're 35. That means you're an adult.
Yeah, no.
Oh, wait,
let's talk
wait.
about it. How 30 years old are now? We're now competing with these little baby bops.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you're 30 years old, you can be 20 years old. If the moment you pass,
different, though.
the moment you pass 18, I'm just saying you're an adult. and you have the mindset to make decisions, which means that your decisions are based on the actions you put out and the reactions that you get and the consequences of said reactions. So if I know that posting a picture of XYZ is going to get a response of ABC and I decide to do it anyway, then whoever feels about it is a problem.
I think Sunny is about to come out, so I'm about to get very real in a second.
Look,
But
just make sure that you know that whatever you do, if you got a dude at home and he's telling you not to post some shit, probably don't post this shit because he knows what. Because now.
Well,
look,
that means he loves her then. That might be my toxic side, but at the end of the day, a nigga doesn't want another nigga looking at his bitches anything if they really gave a fuck. And now let me talk about my little toxic side because I know for a fact that some women will, in that case, it depends, post just to get a reaction because a nigga's acting up and they don't feel validated enough. So then what do? Post. Because how easy, I'm going to be straight up. Y'all men can post thirst traps and whatever. But sometimes, now some cases,
Angelo
not
posted thirst
all.
traps.
What happened? Okay,
That's
well,
crazy.
anyways, when females sometimes
Everything that
they
Tez
will
does is
post
thirst
it
trap.
in some cases to get a reaction because if they're not niggas not doing what they need to or making them feel pretty, they're like, well, this nigga thought, so let's go get attention.
So that's exactly what I meant, though. I'm happy you said that.
Yeah, that was my toxic side.
But that was what I meant, right? So
okay, but me personally,
No,
sometimes I
we're
really
not.
will just do it. But I'm saying the other side, I have played that game.
I'm just saying it's not just you because there's a lot of women who operate in nothing but toxicity. And if they're operating in nothing but toxicity,
that's because they're probably thriving in chaos and are used to that shit. And feel in their
regardless,
comfort
that's
zone.
not an excuse.
But it is though if they don't know anything
it's not.
different.
Fuck all that. You entered the dating world, and now it's you bringing chaos to another person's life because you have no idea to live outside of your chaos. That's something that you need to be responsible for because we are all responsible for the outcomes of our actions.
So let's talk about toxic relationships. So I feel like that's two very unhealed people, very insecure, trauma bonding their own things, and they're so comfortable and thriving in their chaos or how they grew up or whatever, that they now trauma bond together, and it's one of them has to walk away because it's almost like the mirroring thing that you were saying too. I feel like that's exactly how toxic relationships really truly start.
Well, the thing
when
about
two people are very unhealed and not self-aware at all.
when you're toxic or when you're triggered, being triggered is simply the it's your body telling you that things. No, that's just your body telling you that you have something that's unhealed and you need to fix it. It's the trauma response. Problem is that some people kind of embrace their behavior. That's when you become. That's when you become toxic, right?
But let me talk about. That's what I was saying earlier. Because when I embrace that behavior and I'm like, you know what, fuck it. You're gonna act this way, then I'm gonna sit here and tit for tat, tit for tat, tit for tat. But at the end of the day, something has to be broken and fucking changed within that self-awareness, self-discipline part. Wait, say what you said one more time because I'm like ADD as hell and drunk.
So I'm saying that when you're triggered, those are telling you things that you have wounds that are unhealed.
Oh, 1,000%.
So like sometimes those are opportunities for you to reflect and self-reflect. I was telling you a story earlier. I'm very impatient. When it comes
you're not.
I've had to work on this. Okay, you know what? I'm not. Let me.
Okay,
words are powerful. Words are powerful. Words are powerful though.
Quick?
Hold on. Let me say this though.
Okay.
Words are powerful. Everybody, speak positivity to yourself. I am not impatient. I'm in a process of growing my patience. I've done a very good job thus far. And when it comes to that, I will be behind somebody who's taking their sweet time doing whatever task it is. And if you're like me, there's a little voice in your head that says, "Yo, hurry the fuck up."
Oh, you got road rage?
No, not road rage necessarily. It'll be like maybe at the supermarket. Maybe I'm trying to get down an aisle. Maybe something like that, right?
You're just trying to be in a hurry.
I'm in a hurry. I'm moving with urgency.
Enjoy life, honey bun.
But so the problem is that I recognize that I don't give myself an opportunity to slow down. So how dare this person give themselves an opportunity to slow down? Those things are stuff that you have to recognize about yourself. Now, I have done the work because part of being triggered or having trauma, I overuse word, by the way, is making sure that you address it. You got to make, I just mean that people apply it to a lot of things. It's like, that's you just not fucking getting over it. That's you just not working towards fixing
But
it.
it's hard sometimes. Like I said, I'm in therapy. I'm in group therapy, trauma therapy, and shit that happened to me when I was fucking 10. I'm still trying to get over. It's a
Trauma. Okay,
process.
don't get me wrong. I'm not poo-pooing anybody who has some real serious stuff that they had to get over from their childhood, or some tragedy, or a loss, or a violation, or anything that something has happened to you in that regard. But somebody will say things like, you know, I failed at the spelling bee one day, and that was traumatic for me.
No, that's
Like,
not
you
how
know,
that's,
like-
and you know what? Let me just say something too, because there's people like that who will sit there and be like, "I'm depressed, I'm depressed, honestly, I don't give a fuck anymore." But they'll be like, "I'm depressed, I'm depressed, I'm depressed," and they're doing it for attention. And then people like me who've actually suffered with depression all their lives and shit like that, that's what I don't like. Because a lot of people will overly use the word depressed, and when I say I'm depressed, it's bad.
It's
You know what I'm
chemical.
saying?
It's
people are
chemical.
using the word too much, not realizing that for some people it hits a little bit deeper. You can call it sensitive, but fuck you. But I'm just saying to some people, like, you know what I'm saying? Like how you were saying it's an overuse, but it's only overuse to people who don't
I just
understand. Not saying that you
no,
haven't
no,
been
no.
through
I know.
trauma.
I just what I mean is mental health is a spectrum, right? Like it's like anything else. I woke up, my physical health, I might have woke up, I jumped out of bed, I had a good night's sleep, so I'm fantastic. If I drink too much or do too much, I'm exhausted, my physical health is low. Your mental health can be low based on what you did the prior day, what you're thinking, what you've ingested, what you've thought about, what's on your mind as far as the tasks that you have at hand, the stressors, all of those things. So it's on you to take care of that. However, there are some people who are actually ill, mentally ill, sicknesses, imbalances, traumatic experiences that take them to a place that is very, very dark.
That's exactly
And when
why
it
I do
comes
what I
to
do.
those things, I think that we have to reserve space to identify one over the other. It's not to say that you don't deserve attention or assistance if it's just a bad
There's
day.
a difference between,
But a
like you
bad
said,
day
yeah.
versus a bad event, like a life-changing event,
That will fuck you
those are two different things.
Like
and
forever.
you should just reserve space for understanding of one versus the other.
But see, that's what brings me back to that other point about when somebody's really toxic, or not toxic, or has been in something toxic or abusive. And when you try to get into calmer waters, that person has to be so patient, especially when it comes to like mental illness or like, I have PTSD. So sometimes certain things will trigger me and I'll have flashbacks. And
Right.
it's shit that's really like, it's not against the other person, but it's something that I went through that
Right.
really fucked me up. And if that other person, that like, I've definitely been with people where they do not understand like PTSD or bipolar. They said I was split person, whatever the fuck it is. I don't give a fuck on labels or whatever, but it all does truly stem from trauma. And a lot of people do not understand other people and they judge other people so much. And I feel like, you know, you were saying about mental health. And let me just speak on too about black men's mental health. Because me being biracial, I definitely grew up extremely differently with my mom being white. Oh, therapy meds. And then my dad growing up, and he is a very prideful black man. And he was telling me the other day too, when I was telling him about my traumas, and he was kind of like get over it, get over it. And I'm like, well, how you grew up and with his mother, God rest her soul, my grandma Hurley, the way that they were raised was extremely different. And my dad was always had to play that strong male role as a black man. And I don't give a fuck what people say about race. I am biracial, but black men and being able to hold that emotional intelligence and not being of like, sometimes there is a stigma. I'm not going to fucking lie with black men, but mental health and everything. And I just really want to give you like your props and everything too, because it's not fucking easy. And I hate that, like, to bring race into this, but people also have to understand black men were raised, my opinion, to suppress a lot of those emotions. You know what I'm saying? So is it hard sometimes to understand or whatever? Like, have you ever dealt with anybody who suffered with traumas or cheating or whatever? Because I know we were talking about the cheating thing, but...
So I will say this. When it comes to black men's mental health, being tough is it goes with the identity. Now, part of being tough is also a stigma against things like therapy. If you need therapy, bro, go get therapy. And when I say do you need therapy, it's not like, oh, I feel like something's severely wrong with me. You need somebody to talk to. Not everybody's environment supports that. And I think that's the hardest part when we're discussing black men and like racial situations. It's just that the environment itself may not be the most supportive or equipped. Because it's not, let's not say supportive, because I got plenty of brothers who are around me, who support me, who love me, who show me that they're there for me. However, they may not be equipped to deal with whatever I might be going through at the time. And also vice versa, I might not be equipped to deal with that for them. Or maybe they just don't feel comfortable enough, because everybody fears judgment. And I understand that for us, there's a certain level of expectation that we try to adhere to. Be aware that when it comes to therapy, sometimes it's just somebody to serve as a soundboard, somebody to talk through things with.
It's bravery, honestly.
Right. Now, when it comes to the stoicism of black men, it's just we're taught to be strong because we had to be strong for others.
Exactly.
Right. And being strong for others oftentimes means, all right, I'm going to, I guess, suppress this, or I'm not going to burden you with what I'm going through right now, because I'm going to help you with what you're doing.
I don't know if you dealt with this, but like with being biracial, I grew up very differently and complex, but it was like the black community, if I said, oh, I have depression, it's a weakness. You can't show weakness. You can't be sad. You got to just fucking get over it. And whatever, like that's a white people thing, you know, like on all honesty.
Well, I'll say this. That's because black people's experience, we lack the ability to get grace. We don't,
it wasn't really normalized.
Well, the world does not give us grace, right? So when it comes to an experience, right, like, all right, the term product of your environment, right? When it comes to people, I studied law for a while. And when it comes to people pleading their case and understanding why they did the things that they did, very often, depending on the situation, the judge will give them leniency, right? That means that, hey, we understand what made you this way. We understand the factors that led to X, Y, Z.
That's why I love psychology. Like
right.
Why people act the way they do for a fucking reason. Somebody doesn't just wake up and be a fucking cunt, or a man just doesn't go rageful for no reason.
Right.
There's something that triggered that to happen.
And not to get too much on my societal soapbox, but most crimes in the black community are financially and economic based, right? Like
But
even,
it's also survival too.
well, that's it, right? Survival. So even the violent crimes, robberies, you know, different types of, I don't know, just like violent offenses and stuff like that. Those things come from a source of lack, or trying to struggle to make sure that you're able to see your next situation. And this is not, it's not like everybody has to deal with this, or just like, it's just a matter of, for black people in particular, historically, it's never been excused.
Well,
It's never in the legal field. People will see those things, understand crime rates, and still be like, well, you did it, so fuck it, your life sentence. Whereas we'll see other people get that grace that black people don't get.
Well, my dad, he's like the whitest black man to me, and I love him so much. He was my adopted dad, but I remember we had like this conversation, and he used to have this Nissan Maximum. He used to go race around this track or whatever, and he had NOS and everything. And I don't know, like I was really, really young, but I remember he was so upset because he would always get pulled over all the time, and he'd be like driving while black, like whatever, they see a nice car or whatever. And I didn't really understand it until I was a little bit older, but I remember he had a conversation with me about, and honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I'm gonna be so honest with you. For a long time, I've only dated white guys because I've heard so many stories or this and that or whatever it was. And again, mind you, I'm biracial. But like, no, but like typical, they'll talk about, oh, well, black guys are all cheaters, this, that, and the third, and y'all niggas are more loyal than the white boys. Some of y'all need to stay away from the white boys. Like, honest to God. And it's like, my dad was talking about a certain stigma and how they see, like, certain things. And, like, my dad goes to church. He plays fucking golf. He goes fishing. He goes hunting. And he's a black man. And it's just like, I don't know. Like, I listen to certain things that he has told me and his own experiences. And honestly, my mom's white to a point where shit was so different that my dad's parents didn't even go to their fucking wedding because my dad's mom was like, oh, that better not be a white girl on the phone and da-da-da. They did not even show up at their fucking wedding. And it's really sad because I do see a lot of racism in this day, no matter we're in 2025 and people still see things differently. And, you know, again, I hate to put race into it, but I want to be completely fucking real because I'm sure a lot of people have, like, problems that they don't want to speak on and shit. And mental health is a really big thing in the Black community.
I think that you have to kind of, unfortunately, again, it's because we've been programmed to not give or be receiving of grace. And like, you can excuse behaviors and we don't excuse behaviors. If somebody unintentionally transgresses against somebody else, does some shit that they don't like, then they're ready for war. And it's not that this person didn't mean to do it. It's just, nah, you meant that shit. Or like you did that shit because like it doesn't matter why. You just did it.
I felt like earlier that lady was kind of like racial profiling us type shit. Like low key, am I wrong for saying that? Because I mean, look, I mean, I know I look like a white girl and shit, but it was just so weird that she came up as like, "Can I help you with something?"
I've been
like,
pulled over from my car before just because I was driving.
Same thing happened to my dad.
Yeah, same thing. And it was just like, oh yeah, we just wanted to check to verify. And it was like, verify what? And they're like, oh no, it's okay. You can go. You can keep going. I'm like, okay, sure. But it's honestly, it happens. And unfortunately, even my response to that is also kind of symptomatic of it, right? Like, what am I supposed to do about that? You can do the things that you do, and you know, we can create movements and protests, and as we should. But in the day to day, I cannot let it ruin my day.
Yeah, but that's got to be so hard. Like, this world is just so fucked up. Y'all need to start being a lot more nicer and kinder to people. Like, real shit. Everybody's toxic. Everybody's unhealed. And if you are, then go fix yourself. Live your life till everything. Let me but, like, the world is cruel. People need to be more nicer because a lot of us are rare and go through so much shit that we don't fucking speak on. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just need to be more nicer to people and stop judging.
I hear that. But a message to my Black men. Yo, brothers, it's all good. It's great to be tough. If you need to talk to somebody, do that. When you are being tough, know that people appreciate that. Even though they don't say it, when you're being tough for others and you're kind of just accepting whatever's going on as a way to give them space to feel what they need to feel, and you're bearing those burdens, know it's appreciated. Know that you're loved. Know that you are strong. You are as strong as you think you are, and continue to be that person, because there's a lot of people who won't give you the appreciation. They won't verbalize it, but just know that you've done it. You're strong. Keep going.
Period. That needs to be a whole fucking clip for real. And I pray to God that it goes viral. No, honestly, because a lot of people don't want to be real about shit. And it's just like every single one of us are struggling. Like we were talking about Instagram earlier. Everybody can post this and post that. No one has any fucking clue about the silent crash outs that we all have behind the scenes, and everybody's trying to be something that they're really not. And I'm like, be your fucking
can I
self,
ask you a
but then
question?
we get judged. I know I'm fucking crazy.
No, can I ask you a
like,
question?
I wish more people were crazy.
You keep using words that like to describe yourself. Do you give yourself grace? Do you give yourself room to make mistakes?
I've made a lot of mistakes, and that's why I want to
help
other people not make that same fucking mistake that I did.
But when you think of those mistakes, do you give yourself like room to like, where you think about them, you're like, oh shit, yeah, damn, Cassie, I might have did that shit, but it's okay, I learned from that shit. Do you like, or do you talk negatively about yourself, like?
Honestly, I'm such a fucking overthinker that I overanalyze everything, even within myself, and that's kind of a problem that I'm trying to be. I'm self-aware, and I'm trying to work on that.
It's a work in progress.
But I've recently learned, like, you know, going back to cheating and dating, I'm such a give. I give a million fucking chances until enough is enough.
Okay, well.
And I had to, like, check myself and be like, you know what, Cassandra, you deserve so much better. You've done everything that you can do. And in those weak moments, I guess I do give myself grace, because I'm like, you know what, you did know better, but you had to go through it a couple more times to really get it through your head. You did what you did, you learned from it, and keep it fucking pushing. It's not easy, but I've definitely, like, I lost the love of my fucking life over trauma responding and being toxic and having calm waters. I've learned a lot of hard fucking lessons, and that's why I do what I do, because if I see somebody else kind of fucking up their shit, I'm gonna be like, let's fix that. But to answer your question, sometimes, but I am very hard on myself.
Well, but you forgive yourself, right? You're taking too long to answer that question.
Okay, because that one little part where I did lose the love of my life, I was really unhealed and I was really fucked up. And I fucked that shit up thinking that, whatever. I wouldn't be the person I am today. I wouldn't even be sitting here if I was still in that relationship. It taught me so much. It made me who I am as a person today.
Right.
But it was definitely... I'm so aware that I fucked up that I wish sometimes I could go back in time. But obviously, if I went back in time, I want to be who I am today and learn a lesson.
And that a double-edged sword? Oh, speaking of which, right? So, a couple days ago, I sent you a post. And in this post, I'll give you guys a brief synopsis. I'll send Angelo John. He could throw it in post. There's a...
Pay attention, Angelo, so you know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, this man knows what he's doing. Hey, yeah, man. So, there's a couple, and they're out to dinner. And the man, I believe maybe he's about to propose to his girl.
Wait,
and
let me see.
and basically what happens is somebody comes to interrupt the proposal, tells him not to do it. And it's his I believe it's his future self. Basically.
Oh yes, that shit fucked me up.
Right.
I was high as fuck when I did watch
essentially
that.
I might be fucking up the order, so excuse me. When it comes to this, right? So they're doing he's proposing, somebody jumps in, interrupts it. It's one of their future selves telling them not to get married because the other one cheated. Then another one of their future selves comes in and tells them, no, do get married because you got over it and we became millionaires. And then another one comes in and they're like, nah, don't do it because, he cheated because he was overworking and all of the things. So the question came up, right? I got a series of questions, but we'll start with the first one. If your future self came to you and warned you about a decision you were about to make, but it wasn't just one future self, maybe two or three, and they told you about the outcomes. One, you're seeing the ultimate betrayal. Your partner cheated on you, but it came with success. Two, you can leave. You keep your dignity. You keep your youth. You find the love that's true to you and doesn't cheat or maybe you just find peace within self. Or three, they're just like, nah, you cheat. Do you listen to yourself first? And then secondly, which one do you choose?
I always listen to myself. Well, like that regret that I have in the past, like I definitely learned from it. And you know what? I always say that even if shit kind of fucks up in your life, you feel like, oh, this is the worst thing that ever happened, and why is this happening, and why God, blah, 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 blah. But the outcome at the end, I always see why God did what he did, or the choices that I made. And I feel like everything belongs into, like, destiny and the stars.
Okay.
So I would listen to myself. That heartbreak fucking sucked ass. Probably the worst ever. I thought I died. But if I didn't go through all of that shit, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. I probably would still be shy. I would still, like, just, keep to myself. And, yeah, I had to go through every single thing. So, I mean, like, if even my last future self was like, oh, this shit happened and blah, 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 then apparently I fucking needed it.
Everything happens for a reason.
I needed it. Because sometimes we always ask ourselves, why? And then, we get into this low vibrational frequency, but, like, don't worry about the fucking why. Like, if shit happens, we have free will, but if shit happens, sometimes I've learned, like, God puts us through certain things, and we always want to bring the devil or whatever. Like, no. Sometimes God puts us through certain things, and it might hurt us, but sometimes we need to hurt to fucking heal and be self-aware and then do better in your future type shit. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I'll go a step further. So there was a quote, and it was like, I asked God for courage, and he gave me situations where I was afraid, and because you needed to get over the fear. I asked God for strength, and he gave me situations that tested my ability and made me have to be stronger. And things like that.
No, can I just tell you something really quick? Exactly what the fuck you said. Be careful with that. Because I was on my fucking knees praying to God about a certain situation. And I was like, God, please, I swear to God. And I know I shouldn't say that, but I swear to God, this is what the fuck happened. I was praying to God, and then literally 24 hours less. then 24 fucking hours, God put me into a situation where exactly what the fuck I asked for happened. But it was like not how I wanted it to be. You know what I'm saying? Type of shit. So be careful with that. Be careful with that. Be prepared for what you're asking.
I just mean like in the same way that I mentioned being triggered, right?
Yeah.
Like I believe in, divine like creation, right? Things are happening for a reason. Everything's too complicated to not be intentional. What that means is like even being triggered. Again, for the life of me, knew I had to grow my patience. Life is just full of situations where sometimes the best action is no action.
Not
sometimes
every
the
action
best,
deserves a reaction.
right? Sometimes
That shit is hard. Can you give advice for that shit?
Well, so hear me out. When it comes to those situations, sometimes it is literally forcing yourself
Brainwashing yourself.
you don't have to brainwash. Sometimes it's just when you're a busybody, when you're a person who likes to be in control, especially you perfectionists out there, you people who like to be, when you people who like to be the leader, you people who like to be able to say, okay, this goes here, this goes there, I'm gonna make this happen and this happen. Sometimes letting shit play out is the best thing you can possibly do.
No, that shit is. Let me talk about self-discipline. When you were talking about, like, I have a control issue. I really fucking do, and I stress the fuck out every single time. And it's out of our fucking control. You know how hard that is, the surrender fucking part. You know how
that's the word right there. Wait, what's that word you said? The surrender. Right. Okay. So that's it, right? Like you got to be able to understand and trust that things are going to work out, right? And I know a lot of us have trauma. A lot of us have built up this narrative in our head that if we don't do it, something's going to happen. If I don't do the thing, then things are going to go wrong. If I'm not active, then things are not going to happen how I need it. If I don't do the thing won't get done. But sometimes,
I think we're all fucked up just
doing nothing is exactly what's needed to happen. Sometimes just waiting it out. Sometimes just sitting there, letting things flow through is all you needed to do, because everything was already in place. Everything was already in line. Everything was already where it needed to be.
Let me tell you something too. Just yesterday I had this girl, and she was talking about, she didn't, she was struggling. Everybody struggles, their mothers, whatever. And they knew I was coming out here and shit like that or whatever. And I was talking about, I always stress over money. It's probably my biggest fucking thing in life, honestly. Money or love, whatever.
Right.
But she was, sometimes everybody needs somebody, and sometimes it's hard for people to ask for help. And I was basically like, what's your cash app? Like, let me just send it to you. Like, go do what you need to do. Like, I don't even care. Don't pay me back. I don't give a fuck. She was like, oh, well, aren't you worried about this and that? And I was like, girl, one thing I've learned about my life, karma is so fucking real. And, like, God has over and over and over. So the whole fucking witch thing, I don't fucking know. But God has shown me over and over that out of fucking nothing, he can make something fucking possible. Type of shit. You know what I'm saying? There was a point to that. I forgot what you said, but I'm just going to go ahead and let myself rant.
I feel you.
People are going to love me or hate me. I don't give a fuck.
I want to jump into this situation because we kind of skipped over it. I know we talked about cheating.
Thank God you keep your shit. I'm so fucking ADD. Back to the main story.
It's fine. It's cool. We do this, right?
FYI, we had an hour.
Okay.
Oh, I got to do yours too. We're going to get high.
All right.
Okay.
Well, all right. I'm going to close this out by asking one question. We can talk about that, and then we can, move to the next situation.
There'll probably be a part 3 with this one right here, just so you know.
Right here, baby. I'm here for it. Now, there's a difference between cheating and then the other part of that, right? Because, okay.
But emotional cheating is worse. That's
Wait.
I'll
get you. But there was a woman who came on a podcast sometime, or she posted a clip or whatever, and she said, and I will never forget this, sometimes the side chick is who keeps the marriage together.
Please don't piss me the fuck off right now.
Sometimes the side chick is responsible for the marriage surviving.
That is fucking bullshit, bro. Okay, hold on. Just press a pause real quick because we're running out of time. Listen, I have literally, my job, besides the psychic medium shit, is life coaching. I'm extremely blunt. I hear, thank God some of my side bitches graduated, but the side girls in their
wives?
No, just listen. The side girls in their heads, some of them, are like, oh, well, he don't even love her, and blah, 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 and they're this, and they're that, and then they'll get fucking blocked, and then they'll go back to that bitch, and then the guy, when he's arguing with his main bitch, go to the fucking side bitch.
Yes.
Let me just tell y'all bitches, because I've literally seen other bitches hate each other, myself included. I'm actually friends with my ex-husband's ex-girlfriend, so, like, check it. This is life experience here.
You a step ahead.
Hold up. These niggas will literally have you out here thinking that they're the fucking shit, okay?
Most are.
And they'll, yeah. And then because of their little egos and they need fucking attention, they don't have the fucking balls. They're literally playing you fucking both. Maybe you bitches could actually be friends. Maybe in this life, another life. But because this nigga has brainwashed you, because you'd rather have some of him than none of him at all, grow some balls, love your fucking self, because y'all bitches are the queens, and you deserve to have a man that is you are top fucking priority, not worrying about any side bitches.
Do you though?
Y'all bitches who are okay,
Do you
it's not
though?
okay to be a side bitch. They're accepting that shit, and I feel bad for some of them
Hold
and
on.
the main bitch.
All right,
The
wait,
niggas
wait,
playing
wait,
you
wait,
both.
Okay, so hear me out. Hear me out here. The statement was made originally because in a relationship, in a marriage especially, you are trusting this person to be the supplier of a couple of different things that you need in your life, right? Whether that's emotional support, physical support,
So
actually
find
career.
somebody else.
Well, no, you say that like it's easy. And it's
For a
not.
man?
No. I'm not saying easy as in to find somebody, but easy as in to jump out of a marriage, because you're also taking for granted
Are we
that.
talking about marriage
Wait,
or
wait,
like
no.
niggas in
I'm
general
I'm
who
talking.
have side
I'm
bitches?
talking about marriage. It can apply to relationships, but the fact is that your response, I can already see that you don't think that the person who's cheating actually had any feelings for the person who they're with.
Then why the fuck cheat? Because y'all are insecure.
Because
and
no,
your
no, no,
ego
no, no,
filled?
no.
Because your
All
girlfriend
right,
was
hold on, wait.
pissing you
You know what?
off?
You know what? Yes, because this, right? If it's not on you as the girlfriend or wife to take care of that man's ego, whose job is it?
Maybe he should get some fucking therapy.
No, it's not. It's no therapy.
No, he needs
no.
therapy if he's
Okay, so
juggling
wait, all right,
two bitches around and breaking their hearts and playing with their emotions. I've seen both sides of it, and I've been the bitch being cheated on, I've been the main bitch.
And I think that's where you're speaking from.
No, and I'm being from real ass shit.
If you have a
the clients
relationship,
that I've had, being mentally, like, being so fucking honest with them.
just because they're broken doesn't mean they're right.
Yeah,
No,
so I'm trying to teach them to be
wait,
right
no.
because it's a nigga.
But I mean, just because they're broken through the situation and you want to heal them, does not mean that they were right or innocent in the situation. That
But
includes
some of them don't feel
that
like they're
includes wait, no. That includes the girls who have been cheated on, or the men who've been cheated on, or the women and men who are doing the cheating, or the people who are affair partners.
So
All I'm
everybody's
saying
insecure and then should have some fucking balls, like how y'all talk about transparency. If you don't want your bitch, you don't want to fuck her, you don't want to be with her,
It's not
then be
about
real and go on
no.
to the next.
Because see, you make a lot of assumptions there.
No, it's not assumptions, that's fucking
wait, no.
facts.
Hear me out here, because you're telling me that the man married a woman that he doesn't love, doesn't want to fuck on, doesn't want to be loved by. And if she stops loving him,
who says that the woman is still loving them? Because in some cases,
no.
men just look out.
So if you can make that assumption on that way, how come you're
Facts.
How come you're strongly making the assumption the other way?
What you mean? What other way?
So you're talking about this guy is somehow doesn't want anything to do with his wife and somehow staying there. You're making the assumption that he does not want his wife. He does want his wife, but if she's not delivering on the things that he married her for, okay, you know what? Let me. I'm sorry, Angela. I know we're running long, but let's
Hold
take.
on, we gotta wrap this.
Let's take this back to episode 1 of when we had our collaboration.
I'm a totally different person.
I told you one thing and you hated me for it, or not
the
hated.
unconditional love thing?
Yes,
That's real.
Unconditional love does not exist in the context
Only
of
for a
romance.
broken man, because they've never experienced unconditional
hold on. No, that's not it.
That is
No,
it.
it's not it. Hold on, hear me out. Stop interrupting me. Hold on a second.
All right, I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
All right. Unconditional love
Any
does.
other nigga would have told me that. I
Oh
would
my
cuss him out.
gosh.
I just had to say that.
Unconditional love does not exist in the context of romantic relationships because it is down the road, right? If relationships are a spectrum and you start here, right? And you have to make sure that you qualify for the person first. It is not until you guys are like old and gray and that person, you love them so much that even though they cannot deliver on the thing that you love them for anymore, you still tap in with them. That's unconditional love in the eyes of romance. Outside of romance, unconditional love absolutely exists. If
Can I
you
ask you a question?
if you have a mother, if you have a father who loved you, who cared for you, if you have family members and friends who love you throughout your faults, your flaws, and everything else, that's unconditional love.
Right.
However, when we are having a romantic relationship, you are literally inviting this person to be a part of your life under the conditions that they are at least the person that you knew them to be when you invited them. If they don't meet that criteria anymore, then I'm almost going to guarantee you that that love fades, that you start to move and create distance between them. And if you don't, you're kind of dumb. Because
okay, why is it fucking dumb though? Because let me check it with you. Yes, I have a son, but maybe it's because I went through a lot of fucked up shit in my life. But if I am with my partner and they are as a family fucking unit, I don't give a fuck about anybody else. To be
that's
honest,
timing though.
Wait, hold up.
That's timing.
That is unconditional love.
That
for
is
me,
time.
If I love you,
That's time.
But once I fall in love with you, there's a difference between having love for somebody and being in love with them. If
You're missing the point. You're missing the point. What I'm saying.
Have you ever been loved unconditionally?
Yes, but I'm saying you're missing the point. It's not that it doesn't exist. It's that it takes time to get there. And the way that women speak of unconditional love as if they show up. Wait, hold on. It's because you show up and you think that you're supposed to get it and you're deserving of it, but you haven't done anything for it yet.
But then it wouldn't be unconditional love if you're not doing shit for them.
But you have to.
Actions,
but
men
literally only get your love because it's conditional.
The fuck you mean? It's only
If you okay, do you love every man you meet?
No, but is it?
Do you have you been willing to date every man you've met?
Fuck no.
Have most of the guys that have been in your DMs, have you rejected them?
Yes.
So that means they haven't qualified. So
for
it means
unconditional love, it has to be a thing.
Hold on. So that means that when the guys that you have dated, have gotten through that wall.
Correct.
Right? They have met some criteria. Be it you might have regretted it later. They have met some criteria that you wanted them to meet before you decided that I love this guy and now I'm going to give him grace. I told you the difference between conditional and unconditional love is the grace that you give an individual for not meeting the criteria anymore.
So then you have to find somebody else who will love you unconditionally. Not only people who are unhealed, who only know how to love with their conditions. You have to earn therapy.
No, you can do all of that shit as a disclaimer and say all of that to try to like. It's not real.
Why?
The realest thing is that as a person, you deserve to be treated well.
Correct.
Which means that if a person is not treating you well, you should probably stop investing time in that person.
I mean, true shit, but a lot of these niggas love bomb you.
So no. Okay, if you can recognize the shit,
you recognize it afterwards. After they start treating you like shit and be like, did you
okay, if somebody was to insult you, right? You recognize when they insult you, right?
Oh yeah.
So what happens?
I fought back.
No. What happens is when it's the guy that you love, you give him grace.
Sometimes.
Which is the problem.
Which part?
You giving a guy who's insulting you grace.
Too much goddamn shit, and then this is what the real. Hold on. This is what the real problem is, and I've seen it time and time again with like damn near 90% of my clients. These guys will have such an ego, and they'll be like, "Oh, she's not going anywhere. How many times I've heard this?
But did you go anywhere?
Going anywhere? I mean, after a while, I will love a nigga until I hate you, and then when I'm done, fuck you, fuck your mother.
All right, can I ask you something really quick? Let me ask you something.
Yes.
All right. If I'm telling you to leave, and you don't,
personally?
and not me personally.
Oh, okay. Well, then
if I'm telling somebody to leave, and they don't leave, if I throw something at them and they don't leave,
like in a relationship.
Yeah, if I shout at them and they don't leave. If I put hands on them and they don't leave, what type of message am I sending to that person?
That they will allow it over and over and over again and they never fucking change.
So when you are now dealing with the person who you want to give your unconditional love to, I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. I'm saying that it has to be earned. And I think that that's where the messages are getting kind of conflicted. I'm saying that if you're going to give somebody your unconditional love, they should earn it by treating you well enough to let you know and indicate that this is somebody who I can love too. Mm-hmm. So if you're just defending the idea that it exists, fine. But ensure that that's okay. It does.
Do you believe in happily ever after? Be real.
I absolutely do.
Okay.
But I just want to make sure that my happily ever after is actually happily ever after.
Well,
and I'm willing to filter that shit out until it gets there. I'm not going to just give it to anybody.
What I talk about is how he's going to be a superstar, and it's like, would it be settling? Yeah, why were you talking shit? Okay, but anyways, I was saying him being in like an artist.
We can shoot the fair one right now, bro. You like $160? I will flip your shit right now, my nigga.
No, but let me just talk about one more thing, and then I'll give our Instagrams and shit. Thank you guys so much for fucking watching. If you like it, subscribe, enter the conversation, give your opinions.
There will be a part 3, obviously, because
we can talk for hours and hours. Fuck, Angelo, I'm so fucking ADD. What the fuck? What did you say before that?
It's all good.
Happily ever afters, but then I was something else.
You're
okay,
good.
You know what? Oh no, the music thing. Okay.
Oh.
Superstar.
Yeah. No, okay. So when he does, we were talking about like if you meet somebody now or. Because a lot of y'all rappers and shit like that, ego shit. We'll talk about it on part 3. But I'm just saying, some of you guys, it's like, do you feel like if you settle now before you become a big time star, there's going to be so many more options like Drake?
It's not about the options that are to come. It is, but it's not. Because I think the greater fear, right, is that when you get to the point that you want to be. As men, we understand that we have a responsibility to provide value. From the point that we grow up and we understand that.
A healed man. Let's make that clear.
Healed, unhealed, we all understand this one truth. And that is that, unfortunately, we have to prove ourselves to be good enough for any woman we want. Right? We have to prove, if you like the girl across the street, if you like the girl on the magazine cover, you have to prove to her that you're good enough. And that means you work your ass off. That means that you hustle.
Nobody should be having to prove shit
I get that, but in the same breath,
it should be 50-50.
You saying that makes me feel good, but in reality, a lot of people.
There's too much pressure on fucking men these days. Y'all bitches need to understand, like, we're all working, we're all doing this. Honestly, 50-50, like, you guys should be a partnership. It should be a best friend, and it should just be coming the fuck together. Y'all are putting too much fucking pressure on men, and y'all men, old school, are putting too much pressure on women. Can we just, like, come together and just stop all the extra shit, honestly?
I would like
y'all
to.
Y'all are putting too much pressure on yourselves. Having to be this big macho man and being the protector and provider. How about we all just keep each other safe? It doesn't matter just because you have a dick and I have a fucking pussy. We are all still a human. We might have
I
to
do
bleep
indeed
that
have a
out,
dick.
but I really don't care.
Look, I just mean that when it comes to these things, the greatest fear is that we get to the point that we want to be at. And if you are an ambitious individual, you know, what was that Mike Jones line back then? They didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Right? It's hard to differentiate the type of love that you're receiving. Is it the fake love because you believe I'm somebody who can provide to you? But the double-edged sword in the catch-22 is I worked all of my life to be perceived as the nigga who can provide for you. Now that I am that person, do you like me for me? Or do you like me for what you perceive me to be able to do for you?
That's where you gotta watch, because a lot of people in the industry, you don't know who's your friend.
Right. So then that's why I say when it comes to, like, you ask, is it bad for a man to settle before he gets his quote unquote options? It's never about the options. The idea is that we had to work for both. It just so happened.
Working for the bitches, right?
Yes, but we had to work for the local girl who we don't feel like is on the magazine covers or the starlet or the supermodel.
Pretty face doesn't always mean a pretty heart.
That's true, but also an ugly face doesn't mean a pretty heart too.
No, I'm just saying facts.
Oh,
yeah,
facts. I'm fucking deaf.
Right. So let me just say this again, because I think I might have missed it. A pretty face doesn't always mean a pretty heart.
Period.
But an ugly face don't mean one either.
Oh.
So I'm just
don't like shit, but no, dead ass.
I'm
no,
just.
well,
you, but
this is
I
so
only
about the
mean
sexual shit.
I
Get to
only
get to know somebody. For
I
their
only
personality.
mean that to say that if you this is all predicated on a conversation we had earlier where you asked being a rapper versus being a man in general, right? And I told you in both cases we had to work to up our value, right? So as a man, you want to be able to have the car, the house, the career, and all that shit to be a man, to be a provider, to have kids and be protector and all that shit. As a rapper, you work all of your life to get your artistry straight, to get your business side straight, to get your look straight, to get all of the things straight so that somebody who doesn't do shit can turn around and fuck with you.
That's so much.
No.
work.
And when I say that, I only say that to mean the people who are constantly looking to criticize you. So if you are creative, if you believe in yourself, you continue to do that because even though you're doing it to get that validation and that's nice, do it because you love the shit, and that shit will continue to fuel you. But when in context of this dating stuff, I only mean that you've worked so hard to get validation, to get in the rooms, to get the looks, to be the person, to be the guy, and that meant validation from the magazine girl and validation from the girl on the block. Same breath, same thing. Doesn't matter if they don't look the same. They wanted the same things out of you.
Okay.
You finally got it. So yes, it is a matter of who treats you better. But you will always question, are you treating me better because I got it now? Or are you treating me better because you actually sincerely love me?
Listen, one thing that I wanted to tell you too, that's how I am with like friends or getting close to people because a lot of people do know, like I'm psychic medium and shit. And a lot of people will be like, oh, let's hang out. Let's do this. Let's do that. Oh, let's do spell work together. Oh, let's do, whatever. And have all these questions until this day. Now, I don't know who's really my friend. Well, I know my 3 main bitches. But other than that, I don't know if people are just trying to be buddy-buddy with me. Can I trust them? Or are they just trying to get something out of me? Or do they see my potential or whatever the case is? And I think that's something that we're all going to have to deal with being in this industry. You just got to pick up the vibes and the energy. But I was saying, like, before you get to that point, it's just like, I personally, if I were you. Oh, hey, bitches. I was just saying, like, personally or whatever, if I were you, I'd probably wait because you just never fucking know. But at the same time, if something's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Absolutely.
Don't discredit them because I've learned too, like the people who have rode with me, I know that they're fucking real and always supported me no matter where I went to. The people I've met or worked with, I know they're real fucking individuals because they were behind me through all my crash outs, almost being evicted from my place and like being homeless, like, all my downtime, they've always supported me, and that's so fucking beautiful. And then it's just like you just never know, but always just trust your heart and shit too.
I'm
It's
happy
hard
that you
these
were
days.
able to survive through all of that stuff and power through it. And I will say, when it comes to all of that stuff, you do want to keep your optimism, continue to believe in the things that you want, always believe in the things you want because that shapes your existence in reality. You are the kind of maker that everything that you do should be with the purpose of obtaining that. Mm-hmm. So even in obtaining that and doing the things that we're doing for this podcast, I thank you for having me.
Thank
and
you
appreciate for the conversation.
Here, honestly.
Look.
And
Hey,
having a healthy debate without getting triggered for real. Like,
Triggered? What
that's
is that?
growth.
Look, I will
Being
say.
able to have manly conversations without,
But no
taking
need to
offense.
thank me. You the one who done drove across multiple state lines to get out
I
here.
have no business driving anywhere.
So yo, if you out here, if you really fucking want it, she's a class act. She's the reason. She's the picture of what it looks like to fucking want it. You gotta go out there. You gotta get it.
No funny shit. My brake pads are all the way fucked up. I was like, I probably shouldn't be driving here, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it. God will handle the rest.
let's make sure that them brake pads get fixed. But
Yeah,
just
we
the
will.
same,
Call Scotty.
Cassandra, thank you so much for having me.
you.
Again, I'm gonna
appreciate
come
it.
back. I'm always here. We can
Part
do it. We can do a
three?
part 3. We do a part 3.
And you definitely didn't bet that
shit, you
five,
gonna miss
that
the shit?
five
Ooh,
rack. Don't do
shit.
that. You
Ooh.
didn't shit on that 5 rack. So just remember that.
No, I didn't. You a psychic. What you mean? I'm good. You know some shit I don't
mean-
like. How I'm good? Yo, all right. Look, if I owned a casino, would I want to bet against somebody who has some, clairvoyance? That's not fair.
Sometimes we do get a little bit of hints, but that's not how it fucking works.
I know.
We only
I'm
get what God-
fucking with you. I'm fucking
Trust
with
me,
you.
I would have already played the lottery like 1,000 times. I'm like, why am I not richer than what I
Hey,
am?
look, I have very strong confidence in my opinions, but that's not one I'm gonna bet 5x on.
R.I.P. Ozzy Osbourne, because let me just say, like, I was so fucking depressed, like, really fucking crashing the fuck out, and all I did was binge watch on Tubi the Ozzy Osbourne show, and the fact that he passed away after I just rewatched that whole thing, but he really gave me so much truth and light, because, like, at the end of the day, like, the way that he was able to carry his family and Sharon, his wife, his kids, and be a fucking legend
Sharon's a
crazy.
fucking hitter. Hold on.
I love
Sharon,
her.
I saw a
Sharon
clip.
Osbourne, I need you on my podcast.
yo.
Like, fuck Kevin Hart right now. He's not answering my DMs. But Sharon Osbourne, please, baby girl.
Sharon Osbourne is a hitter. Sharon Osbourne was on an interview with some show. She was like on some talk show. Shorty pulled up. There was some models. I forget who they are. No disrespect to y'all. And then Shorty was talking shit about Ozzy. Sharon said, okay, hold on. I need a beverage real quick. Took the joint, took a sip, and then took that shit and whoop.
Sharon Osbourne, you're a fucking legend, your fucking
legend.
self, because real fucking shit. And I know they're not perfect,
You know
but
what? No,
that's
fuck
the
that.
lifestyle that I want with their marriage and how they are a family, bro.
You asked me.
That's real. That's what my happily ever after is.
Yeah.
The way that they rode for each other, no matter what, being a rock star, there was probably so much bullshit going on in the background, but the way they were so family oriented, and like, he didn't give a fuck, she didn't give a fuck. It was so beautiful to me. That's literally my new vision for myself. Sharon Osbourne, please come on the podcast.
Look,
like, honestly.
Sharon Osbourne, that's the picture of a happily ever after that I want.
Like
some
shit.
shorty to pull up and make sure that if they're speaking ill about my name
Fuck
and
that
without my
bitch.
present, fuck
Y'all
that
see
bitch.
This is what
That's
happens
what-
when you turn 30.
Jeez. Yo, again, I just feel like we gonna tap in for episode 3. We're gonna do our thing, right?
Another high five.
So thank you guys for tuning in. This is the Talk to Me podcast.
Yeah, if you guys have any opinions or anything that you want us to speak our truth on, please send it all in. We love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting my journey in and out. Like, I really greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the next episode.
Yes, sir.